that we may see the first in-game, not another video footage, but the first in-game footage of Crackdown 2 at the Tokyo Game Show. Now it's kind of weird to me because it's, you know, Tokyo Game Show. Why would you unveil that? You know what I'm saying? But you know, business is business. You never know how these companies is thinking. But I will say this, it will be a pleasant surprise to see it, because Crackdown is one of those games that, even though it sold a lot because it had the Halo 3 beta with it, so that's one of the reasons that a lot of people brought it. But when they got it, the game was really good. It had a lot of potential, you know, open world, cell shaded. There's a lot of good things going on in that game. There's a lot that could have been better, but for a first time out, that game was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The game is pretty good. So Crackdown 2, first footage, Tokyo Game Show, you know, let's bring it on. Now what I will say is this, you know, if they do show this first, you know, footage, you know, what do you guys expect to see? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this is 2009, and like I always say, forward movement, more power. We want to see what the 360 can do. Now, Crackdown 2, keep in mind, that's an open world game, and the graphics aren't realistic and cel shaded. So we should be able to see more, get a decent story, make the online even better. So these are the things that, you know, we all are looking forward to. So hopefully this, you know, in-game footage, you know, if they decide to show it at Tokyo Game Show, hopefully we'll all be left blown away. If not, yo, be prepared to see a whole lot of media bashing on the internet, because that's what's going to happen. Because this is a highly anticipated title that is exclusive to the Xbox 360. You feel me? So that's that. Now moving on. I'm telling you right now, this is kind of obvious, but I want to put it out there in a certain way. More power will be shown in 2010 for the 360, so don't worry about it. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because obviously you got the Mass Effect 2, you got the Splinter Cell that's coming, and Halo Reach is the meat of the whole discussion. Alright, Halo Reach is supposed to use a brand new engine. Right now, considering what we've seen so far in terms of Mass Effect 2 and Splinter Cell, and even Forza, I mean, Forza looks incredible. I mean, especially when you're inside the car and the 60 frames per second inside the car and outside the car, it looks mind-blowing. It is crazy. That's what I'm talking about. We need to see more things like that, more updates, more forward movement like that on the 360. You see what I'm saying? So, looking forward to Halo Reach. Now, Halo obviously is a big title, but in my opinion, I feel Halo ODST I don't think it's going to be a hit in terms of how the traditional Halos has been hits. And the reason why I say that is because, one, the game don't got Master Chief, and you could feel the difference in that. That's one. Two, it doesn't mean the game is bad, but it's just different. It's just different. That's all I'm saying. You know, as soon as you play it, you're not gonna feel like it's gonna be a little weird at first. Now, another thing in terms of the footage, all the footage that has been shown, because there's hours and hours of actual single player campaign footage that has been shown. It's basically, you know, just if you play Halo 3 and you pick up Halo ODST, you're just playing a continuation with a different person. That's basically what it is. It's Halo 3 with a different person you're playing with. That's basically what the game is. Okay, so if you play Halo 3, you've played Halo ODST pretty much. Alright, now my thing is this. That didn't get a big jump. We all know it. But Halo Reach is supposed to be a magnificent jump. And that right there alone, for 2010, on top of Metal Gear Rising, even though that's not, you know, exclusive, just having that on that system is going to be major. So when you look at their lineup and the power that's supporting their game lineup, Xbox 360 is in a sweet position for 2010. At the same time, they're $199 cheap price. And then on top of that, you got the Project Natal that's going to come along with it, which is going to give you new gaming experiences. You see what I'm saying? And especially new dashboard functionality, everything. So, in terms of the whole package, Xbox 360 is already ready for 2010, and they ready to show what the 360 can do. Because this year, they really didn't come with it. You know what I'm saying? It's on an exclusive note. But next year, it seems like that's going to be their prime possession right there. That's going to be where they really shine from beginning to end next year. And if you thought gaming was big in 2008, if you thought it was big in 2009, 2010 is definitely going to go to another level. And 360 is really leading the way to make that happen. You see what I'm saying? So stay tuned for other unannounced games that's supposed to show a ton of power that we have not seen yet on the Xbox 360. Alright? And when I mean unannounced, I mean brand new IPs that you never seen ever. So yes, 2010 Microsoft has some surprises. That's all I gotta say. You know I get down, baby. So stay tuned for that. Alright, other than that, we about to move on to the general news. It's gonna be crazy. So one love and God bless. I'll be right back. Enjoy the show. Holla back. Peace. Yeah, man. I'm back. We got the general news, and before we start, I just want to give a shout out to my man Matt. Once again, another week of game development ground zero. Make sure you check it out. It's fire. You know what I'm saying? He's putting you guys on to a lot of things that you would probably want to know, especially being involved so much in video games. You're going to want to know both sides in terms of games itself and the development and how things is done. Alright, so that right there is pretty cool. Now, moving on, I want to say this, right? Sony, this is a bold statement, but I gotta say it. I'm gonna say it, and I feel it strong. But Sony will beat Microsoft this holiday season. Now, when I mean this holiday season, I'm talking about October, November, and December 2009. From October to December, Sony will outsell Microsoft Xbox 360. Period. I'm going to tell you guys something, and this is something that a lot of people have said, but it was kind of hard to believe. But there's something interesting happening with the sales. I'm not sure if you noticed, but PS2 was selling, fairly a lot considering their time on the market. But their sales dropped like 50% or a little over 50%. And what I'm starting to hear is that a lot of those PS2 owners, those PS2 users, jumping on PS3, jumping on it. So the things that Sony was saying in terms of when they get to that mass market price, you're going to see a lot of those PS2 owners convert to PS3. That's happening now. And it's happening in a big way. Now I'm going to tell you this. First week, 550,000, cool. Second week, 300,000. Yes, it's a drop. But 300,000, even in the second week, is still more than expected. You know what I'm saying? Still more than expected. Because even 360 at 199 didn't receive these type of results, especially the second week. Actually, the second week, I believe it went kind of back to normal in a way. It did start to stabilize after that. Now, I want to say this. The third week is really going to be the charm. The third week, if it's around 200,000, 250,000 mark, they're most likely going to stabilize around that 200,000 a week mark. Okay, if they can stabilize around that mark for the rest of the year, and then the big increase come Christmas time, they are going to beat Microsoft this holiday season. Now, keep in mind this. Sony has the price, they got the marketing, they got the games, and they are ready. Okay. Now, Microsoft, they got a price, they got games, they ready too. They got bundles, Sony got bundles and everything. They have these things. So where's the real difference at? Where's the difference? The one difference is that 360 is $199. You have that SKU, but a lot of people is still probably gonna pick up the $299 joint. But the thing is, you gotta look at it like this. A lot of people want those Blu-ray players for $299. You understand? There was people buying Blu-ray players, just to have Blu-ray players by itself, not even touching the PlayStation. Now that the PlayStation is at a mass market price, when you walk in the stores, you see the PlayStation is the platform that they use to show off Blu-rays. You feel me? And then when you think about it, you got a cheaper price Blu-ray with all the other things that it do. You got a web browser in there. It's the features that a lot of people kind of overlooked before, or was talking about but not really selling it. Now it's really starting to come into play because the price is where it need